Yeah, you do.
I've never talked quietly a day in my life.
You could sit on the couch. There's the couch.
That's Campbell's spot.
Yeah, but she can have the chair.
She can't be trusted for something with wheels.
Well, Campbell doesn't.
She doesn't have a driver's license.
Campbell doesn't need to be closer to the microphone.
She does.
Like you do.
She could.
She doesn't.
Bark, Campbell.
You can hear her snore the entire game session.
People like that. It adds authenticity.
People are into that.
Did you see how good Louis did and I did?
No.
In fantasy?
Good news for you, Morgan.
Yeah.
As long as you can beat Strand.
It's a good start.
Wait, what do you mean?
In fantasy.
I'm beating Corey. I have a 62%
We're rooting
chance
for
to
Jackson this week, remember?
Yeah.
Because he's fighting Corey.
Yep, if I beat Corey, you have to beat Strand. It's the only way. I don't think. Can you do it?
Why would you say it like that? Of course I can do it.
Morgan, in this household, we make the fantasy playoffs. Do you understand me? You hear?
She don't hear.
I don't think she cares.
I do care.
You just wait until Louis wins it all.
I don't think you got it in you.
You gotta be cunning like a Filipino.
There will always be that one Dale-shaped asterisk.
Not really. 'Cause
No,
you said it's
you would have won anyway. You would have lost anyway.
True.
I would have made fun of you more for it if you actually had a chance of winning.
I saw last week. What happened last week? There was something immediately that pissed me off.
That Rico Dowdle went off?
Josh Jacobs got 21. Tyreek Hill got 20 for the first time this season since like week 1. Mark Andrews got 18.9 points.
Yeah, because I knew you were starting him out of like, oh, well, I think this is the right decision.
Oh,
no. I know. They made me steal your seat.
Oh, we're already started. Okay. Okay, so trying a new thing for noise reduction. Everyone needs to be silent, not move, not do anything for like 10 seconds.
10 minutes.
No, 10 seconds. Just so all the background noises can be heard, and then I can isolate those and remove those from the whole thing.
Do you want me to turn off the dishwasher? I can do that.
That would be great, actually. Yeah. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do the noise reduction. Camel.
Turn off Camel for 10 seconds.
Camel.
She doesn't appreciate what you did to the dishwasher.
You excited to see Louis Campbell?
Come at it.
I'm trying to sleep, bitches.
Bitches?
Bitches.
Did you see the freezer I got Adam?
No.
It's in there.
You could fit a body in it.
It's great.
I think
It's
you
like
might have
a
to cut it in half.
Tiny person body.
I can fit in there.
You could fit a child in it.
I can fit in there.
And it would die. For sure. Guaranteed.
Say hi real quick.
Hi, Louie.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing?
I like your hair.
Can't you?
Oh.
Jackson has us muted so we don't snitch on him.
What's that?
I'm sorry.
He's texting and driving.
Jackson's drinking soda!
No, I'm not drinking pop.
What is that?
No, Jackson's not. Actually, currently not.
I turned down.
I can't hear you.
I know, hold on. Okay.
Oh god, there, I can't hear you now.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
You were pointing at, like...
There's Camel.
Where's Adam's crotch?
Evidently.
Morgan said she liked your hair.
Thank you so much. I like it.
Alright, bye.
What?
What?
Okay. We're starting in 2018. Morgan, which character are you playing again?
I want to play Morraine.
Okay. So it's 2018. It's been 1 year since the last game. What has your characters been up to in the last year? In a non-spooky fashion.
Just, trying to be with family. Still a little worried about my son and the whole ISIS thing.
Well, he's in the military now, so.
Yeah, but he's still pretty close to ISIS. Is he deployed, or I'm assuming?
Yeah, he's off doing military stuff.
Check in with him as much as I can, and my daughter is still in college, I believe.
Yep, what's she studying? Law enforcement, criminal justice.
Oh, great. Both my kids will have guns.
What's your mom studying?
My
She
mom,
went back to school.
she is terminal cancer.
Oh no.
She is liver failure.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Did you give her part of your liver?
No, it's terminal.
I thought you were talking about my wife. I was like, God
My mom.
damn it!
No!
No.
Your wife's fine. She's
But
got...
also,
Your wife got nice, like, 6 months
in
ago.
a weird way.
She's pretty nice to you now.
Yeah. So Frank Campbell's life, he's just buttering around doing FBI stuff.
Painting some stuff.
He's doing paintings. His children are happy. And then Bob Barnwell's life, are you saying that your mother is
Yes.
sick? Okay.
Her liver's failing. I'm taking her to dialysis.
Okay. That's sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're coming after you leave. Are you spending most of your time at the hospital or something?
Pretty much any time I'm at home, I'm at the hospital or, like, taking her to specialists.
Right. And you have a lot of animals. How are they handling?
They're doing all right. I have a sitter, like a kid that lives in our building that...
You have a building. Okay.
I
thought you were in a house. Because you had like 12.
Yeah, I guess that would make more sense. I have a neighbor kid that comes and checks on my animals.
You're also in Iowa, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a neighbor that comes on and checks on my cats and my dogs and my rat.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, when I'm at home, I'm at the hospital checking on my mom.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Do the doctors have any wild and wacky treatments they want to try to save your mom?
Maybe Morraine's regrowth.
Figure
out what that's
the
about.
doctors have pretty much given up.
That's sad.
The doctors think it's completely 100% over.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob, for some reason, believes them.
Feels pretty bad about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's very sad about his mother.
Family?
His mother is pretty much his only family. I think he has some like loose familial relations, like cousins and stuff, but he's never been close to them. Maybe like an aunt, but again, she's not even here now. So it's always just been him and his mom.
Okay. All right, and then a little bit more with your character. So we don't know where Robin Reyes is right now, but Morraine, after your stint with a tree growing out of you,
saved.
you were captured by your bug boyfriend to go to Colorado to do some weed with him.
Right.
And he put a tree in you. And the tree grew and then got legs and walked away, but it was run over by a car. And
My baby!
your limbs regrew after that. And after that happened, your intelligence decreased, and you have a penalty now in all of your roles. Let's see. You were still unconscious. You got taken back for observation in a hospital by Pizzarelli. Pizzarelli watched over you. Eventually, you woke up. After that, your kind of memory is kind of fuzzy and hazy. Mm-hmm. But somehow you ended up back on the farm with your father. He's still there.
I care less about the whole now.
Okay.
Maybe I don't. I was just thinking if I'm less intelligent, I wouldn't care so much.
You're minorly less intelligent. That just means like you're more forgetful.
Like
you have a hard time remembering
okay.
things. You're still who you are.
Okay.
It's just like you're trying to think of something that just can't come to you. Trying to remember something.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're just at the farm one day. You have all your limbs again, and you're just eating breakfast. And kind of like, what's going on?
Hey, Dad.
And then, Adam, you can be the dad. He's happy to have her back.
Oh, yes, darling?
You know, Don't you think it might be time for me to find a way to get back to work somehow, or...
Oh, no. No.
I had something happened to me, and...
You had a whole lot happen.
You remember a lot of the big things. Everything specifically related to supernatural stuff you remember very clearly.
Okay.
Those are strong memories for you.
Did I see a bug man, or did I just see a man?
No, you just saw 2 men come and take her somewhere. For like 6 months.
And
then she came back with like all of her limbs again.
Yeah.
Who they were? They were heroes.
I don't know. I can't explain anything that's happened recently, but you're home, and you should stay home.
I just feel like if I can walk and grab things again and do things that people take for granted, I should maybe put that to good use.
You should go risk losing your legs again.
Dad, people wake up every day and they risk losing their legs.
Not like you do, evidently.
Dad, you put so much stuff into that hole in the backyard.
Ring.
I pick up the phone.
On the landline.
You were attacked by alligators.
Hold on, Dad, and I go pick it up.
Yeah, you pick it up. The connection is really bad. Hello? Is this Morraine Moss?
Who's calling?
I just need to know if this is Morraine Moss.
This is Morraine Moss.
Okay. Alright. I was at Cornucopia. I saw you on the news when they found the bodies. They never said who you were, but I remember the face. I got kind of obsessed once I saw you and started looking. I found your name and I found a couple others. I've kept it in my wallet for years, too afraid to call.
I would assume I'm a bit shocked, but, well, you were one of the children.
Yes, I was.
Do you know any of the other children?
No, I'm away from all that, and I'm away from the government, and I'm not going to identify myself. The government tried to help me once, and that's how I ended up there. Never again. I have a message, though.
Okay.
I'm in Los Angeles now. I won't be when you get here. Something's wrong again. I saw a man with things in his eyes. Wriggling things. The colors were all wrong. Like when the orphanage workers used to do their dances. I saw something that anyway, I had to tell you. I couldn't sleep until I called the number.
Would I recognize that colorful wriggling eyes? That's not anything related to the bug people. No. Okay.
And you can hear him start to suffer an anxiety attack over the phone.
Listen, I give him my cell phone number. In case you need anything. I know it's not much and I don't expect you to call. I don't expect you to give me any more information. I don't expect anything from you. But in case you need help, call this number. It's another way to get in touch with me.
And there's a pause and he whispers, thank you, and then hangs up.
I immediately call Gary?
Who's Gary?
Gary?
Who's Gary?
I always
The town guard.
Who do you think is Gary?
You mean Pizzarelli?
No,
Pizza Gary.
Yeah, I'll call Pizzarelli.
Who were you thinking of?
Toby.
That's Frank Campbell.
Frank?
You can call Frank.
I'll call Frank. Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah, you gotta ring.
Frank's bipolar wife picks up.
Hello?
She's in a bad mood.
Hello?
Hi, this is This is Morraine Moss. I'm a colleague of your husband's, I believe, Fred.
You need to talk to Fred.
Frank.
Fred.
I just said it.
I don't know a Fred.
You said I am forgetful a little bit now.
Are you talking about Frank?
Frank, I'm so sorry. I misspoke.
Frank!
Yes, honey. Yes.
I think it's work. I think someone's calling for you.
Okay, I'm coming. Hello.
Frank.
Yeah.
This is Morraine.
Oh. Hello, Morraine.
Your wife goes and stands across the kitchen.
How
She
long?
has the other phone listening into the conversation.
I mean, I'm all caught up on her, right?
The last time you saw her was a year ago. You haven't gotten in contact with her since.
Oh. Right. It's been quite a while since I've spoken to you. How are you?
But yeah, you last spoke to her 2 years ago. But like a year ago was when you rescued her.
Right.
Well, Frank, frankly, I don't know how to answer that question. But physically, I seem okay.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that you're healing.
I'm sorry I haven't reached out. But
No,
anyways.
I understand.
I'm going to call Jake next and see how he's doing.
Spider!
His phone's still fully functional.
Oh, yeah, do I
He's
not
toying
know?
with it.
No, you were like gone by that point.
I feel like I would have known
Yeah,
if
we
they
would've filled her
saved
in.
me. We would have at least caught up once.
No, what do you mean when?
Like if it's been a whole year, I
She
think
didn't just wake up today.
I think Frank would have
Yeah, you've
and
been
Pizzarelli would have like updated.
we haven't played that out.
Oh,
We're
okay.
playing
Well,
it
then
out
just
now.
say you...
We're doing it now. You've
did.
been like recovering from your limbs growing back and something growing out of your chest and your organs regrowing themselves. And then you've been resting at your family farm.
So no phone calls.
You haven't been doing it now.
Okay. Well, Frank, I got a phone call.
From who?
They wouldn't tell me their name, but they said they were from our first mission together.
Oh.
And they said they saw something in LA that reminded them of the people we found there. Something wrong. Like it's happening again.
Did you get the closer location? LA's a big place.
No, they just said LA.
Well, we can talk to Pizzarelli and
It might be a good idea to call Jake and
oh,
and
I hate to tell you this. I thought maybe someone else had brought you up to speed, but Jake's no longer with us.
Jake saw a drone.
He learned that a drone would teleport him somewhere else, and so he got out of a car and looked at it.
Jake, much like Icarus, looked up and disappeared completely.
well, well that's awful. What about Thomas?
Thomas Thompson.
Thomas Thompson.
You haven't heard from him in a year. You haven't heard from anybody.
I don't.
At this point, you both get a text message from Pizzarelli.
Hold on. I called him on my landline, so I look at.
You're needed in Los Angeles.
I just got a summons to
Los
the
Angeles.
case. Yes.
Seems a bit on the nose to get a call and then get a
Unfortunately.
text. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess we'll just discuss it.
maybe you
when we
should
get
tell
there.
me about. Is there new teammates you know about?
We're gonna start a three-way conversation. No.
Maybe just. Here's
well-
my cell phone number. It hasn't changed ever.
Geographically, would it make sense to like travel to LA together?
She's in Kansas. You're in
Right.
like Washington D.C.
That's right. Okay, never mind. I mean, I suppose we can
You just
Get
meet
you
up at the
introduced.
airport in Los Angeles.
introduce to everyone you don't know when we get there.
Right.
It's really good to have you back. I'm
We've
glad
come
you
a
made
long
it.
way.
Yeah, I mean,
You're ready to
We have.
reclaim leadership.
I am. All right.
remember the
I
last
will.
time I met you at an airport? 9/11.
9/11.
All right, Frank.
I
And
hope
then
it's not like that this time.
and then I hang up the phone and I look to my dad and I'm like, Dad, it's time for me to go back to work.
No!
Remember that conversation we had 2 minutes ago?
I just
where-
got a text from my old boss and they have a case.
No! Darling, I gotta put my foot down. This is not happening. You
Well-
have to rest.
You pull a gun.
To take your to take your words out.
I'm a bug man.
to
Rest!
take your words out of your mouth, I have to put my foot down too, because I can now, which means I can go to work.
I don't know why you have feet.
Neither do I. I can't explain it.
I think you can explain it more than I can. You won't talk about it? I'm scared.
Dad, I love you, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you pack up
Yep, I pack up and go.
and go.
I write him a letter that I leave on the fridge.
He sees you leaving it. He's mad and
He's
yelling
yelling
at
at you
you.
the whole time. He's just like,
You're like, oh,
I love you, Dad.
he won't
you
understand.
fucking idiot, stay!
You're sick. Sick in the head.
Okay, and then Bob Barnwell, you also get a text message from Pizzarelli. Bob, you're needed.
I'm sitting in the room with my
Yeah.
mom.
Also, remember, you guys have a lot of money that you stole.
Yeah.
Did
I thought we
Morraine
put
get
it.
any of that?
I thought we put it in a.
I thought you guys.
Didn't
Bob
even
was
know.
very clear he was not okay with us keeping it.
I thought literally all of you were okay with keeping
No, Bob was
Yeah.
very much on. No.
We even convinced Bob. We were like, this will be like we use
It's
it.
it's
We
operational
said
funding.
we were going to use it for operational
They don't.
funding.
They don't
we weren't
give
make-
us any. This isn't like us just walking away millionaires.
I don't think Bob was okay
No,
with
Bob-
that, but
Bob
if we want to
was.
hand wave it, that's fine.
No, like
Bob, we convinced Bob that we were using it to handle operations.
you guys did put it in the locker that Pizzarelli told you to put it into, but I thought you also kept a little bit of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
did.
kept a bag or two. I'm not sure.
Okay, we'll just say Bob has not
Okay,
said anything about the money they kept. He is just
and
moved.
Bob didn't keep any for himself. Okay. All right, but yeah, Bob, you get that text.
Mom, I'm gonna have to go on a work trip.
Yeah, Morgan, be his mom, his dying mother.
Oh, really? Right now?
Yeah, they're calling me in. They don't ask unless it's important.
I understand how hard you have to work. It breaks my heart, and the rest of me is already broken, so not much new there, right, honey? I understand. Look, I understand. I understand.
I love you more than anything.
I am more proud of you today than I ever have been.
I'm always a plane right away. I promise if anything happens, I will be on my way here, okay?
I grab his hand and I squeeze it with what little strength I have. And
Yeah.
it's barely any.
Yeah.
And I say, I love you. And remember that in case I can't tell you that to your face again.
I love you, Mama.
Oh.
And then I'm like, well, let's have a dinner tonight before you go.
Okay. I'll go pick us something up.
You just leave.
You won't remember.
She'll be dead by then.
I do go pick up food, and I have dinner with her before I catch a red eye out.
Okay. You get some Culvers in Iowa. Yeah. All right, and you guys all arrive in Los Angeles, Hollywood,
Los Angeles.
City of Dreams,
City of Angels.
City of Angels.
A whale's vagina.
You ever been to Los Angeles?
Thomas Thompson has texted us saying that he's going to be just a few days late.
No, he's not coming.
He's dead.
Oh, wait, yeah, he was in a coma, wasn't he?
No, he's not. I said I had an idea for him.
He's a baddie.
He had a brain aneurysm.
He's the baddie.
His brain is also melting.
That's fine.
We need to get a tree in him.
Got any of that tree left over?
Smoke that tree.
So, you are all going to the federal building in Los Angeles. And you arrive at the meeting site. It's a windowless conference room beneath Wilshire Boulevard. You come into the room. Pizzarelli is sitting there at a table, and he's eating a sack lunch and reviewing papers. The room is empty, but for a conference table and a single desktop PC recently installed. Pizzarelli looks up at you, packs the papers into his briefcase, and says, "Good to see you all of you. Robin and Thomas will not be joining us this time."
Understood.
Who's Robin?
She was your replacement, but she's on another mission right now.
Speaking of replacements, why didn't you tell me about Jake?
I felt it was best for you to kind of recover at your family farm rather than immediately shake you by the shoulders and be like, "Morraine, Jake Blevins disappeared in a drone attack."
Well, moving forward, just know I'd like to have the information.
I understand, but information will be given when it's needed.
Speaking of which,
This is Bob Barnwell.
nice to meet you. I've been appraised of your situation. Are you, and forgive me, are you ready for this? As I understand the one to get back to work, but
I'd appreciate if this room would stop infantilizing me.
I'm not
Not giving me
infantilizing you.
information,
6
asking
months
me if
ago,
I'm
you didn't have
prepared.
legs.
Fair enough, Morraine.
It's a reasonable question, but I'm here. And that's what it is.
She has legs. She has both arms.
Is there anything a little different about her, or is it just 100% back to normal?
She's just a little dumber.
Brains as solid as they come.
I've never questioned your personnel decisions before, Pizzarelli. I won't start now.
Good.
I questioned Robin a little bit, but
No reason need to either.
huh?
No reason to either.
Robin has a particular personality, but she means well.
I don't know if that's accurate. I think
Oh.
she means to kill us.
She has the mission in mind.
Okay, yeah, I might give you that one.
Anyway, assets in Silicon Valley tipped us to multiple videos uploaded over the last 48 hours. It is definitely in our wheelhouse. The footage will not be allowed online any video sharing service. The text tell me it's too consistent to be fake. Metadata locates all the angles in the same Los Angeles neighborhood. The timestamps sync. They say it could be some new drug or something worse. Find out. If it's our problem, solve it. Everything you need stays in this room on this computer. The computer's off the network. The room is shielded from Wi-Fi and cell signals. Office space across the hall is also yours. If you need internet or to make a call, head over there. Anything else, call and I'll run up the chain. I will have to say that the video is graphic. So,
It's to be expected.
So you've seen it.
yes, I've seen it.
Is this in any way, shape, or form potentially connected to Cornucopia House?
Why did you think it would be?
I got a call from what I believe to be one of the children of Cornucopia House.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give me their name, their location. They said they were in LA and they saw something that reminded them of the people in Cornucopia House.
When did you get the call?
I got the call right before you sent me the text.
Possibly. We need to get some tracers set up on all of your phones. So if anyone else calls you.
Understood.
I don't think this person meant any harm. They
Well,
were,
sure,
they
but-
were scared and they wanted to run away.
If we could talk to them further, that would be helpful.
Maybe, but I don't think they want to be found.
Well, yeah, but we might need to, so.
I just think maybe those kids have been bothered enough, unless they're hurting people.
I mean, you're not maybe informed on this, Morraine, but the mission after you, drones were like sending people to different locations across the universe and across time. And this was done as part of a ritual by one of the children of Cornucopia House. Then the mission right before you woke up, the team was drawn in by the death of a Cornucopia House child that had grown up, and then their body had reacted with some of the weed inside their body.
Okay.
So
I see where you're coming from.
So we
I apologize.
would want to know more. Yeah. But anyway, if we all want to take a quick look at the footage.
Of course.
Just a quick peek.
Unless any of you need to not see it. How's everyone's mental health?
Doing just
going
fine.
to therapy, or all good.
You been going to therapy?
Sure. Yeah.
Been telling them the truth about Delta Green?
No, of course not. Just talking about my wife.
So you're
She's a
lying
real
to your
bitch.
therapist.
Yeah.
No, it's family things.
I see.
Yeah, not work.
My son's in Al Qaeda.
It was ISIS.
Yeah, your son was in ISIS for a time.
It was just ISIS.
We were keeping an eye on that. He would have been fine.
You know, I would appreciate. I mean, fingers crossed this never happens again. But if anything like that happens again, maybe let me know as soon as you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Consider it.
Maybe. Alright, so the file is titled Sutra Sand.
Sutra Sayant?
Sand.
Sand. You said sayant.
If you say so. 11/14/2018. 23:10 to 23:13. It was uploaded to YouTube as, quote, shook on dat sauce. Crazy OD. The video is from a security camera outside Sutra Sandwiches in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. It overlooks outdoor seating. There is no sound. It's night. No one is seated outside. At the edge of the frame on the sidewalk along a fence across the street, a tall, sturdy black man walks into view. He seems to be in the midst of some fit or seizure. He is distant from the camera and poorly lit. He stumbles into a parked car, sending off the alarm. A pair of passerby attempt to help, but the man's violent thrashing throws him back, and throws them both back. Roughly 30 seconds into the footage, the man begins clawing at his face and arms. Campbell. Goofball. So, roughly 30 seconds into the footage, the man begins clawing at his face and arms. He digs trenches through his skin as a growing crowd of onlookers stare in horror. Some get out phones to call for help. Others begin filming him. A couple try to restrain him. All soon recoil, flee, or drop their phones as they become sick. The man rises. She's coming back. The man rises and begins flaying blood and skin, then his nose onto the sidewalk and parked cars. He reaches into his sinus cavity and up to the third knuckle of both hands. He begins tearing his own skull apart. As his scalp visibly snaps and sags under the pressure of the lunatic prying, he finally succumbs to shock and falls onto the concrete. Stunned onlookers surround the corpse. A Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department cruiser pulls up. The footage cuts out. Make a Sandy roll.
I feel like I'm fine because I've had way worse experiences.
Alright, make 2 Sandy rolls for doing that argument again.
I rolled a 2.
That's fair.
If you succeed, lose 0.
Hell yeah. Can I gain
succeed.
sanity for an extreme?
You have a mania for gore now.
You love it.
Okay.
You're like Quinn. Sorry.
Does Quinn have a mania for gore?
Again, I don't want to talk about him on recording.
Oh wait, I should do these separate.
I say we do.
He showed us some subreddits a couple times.
Okay, I passed one, failed one.
Gore.
So failed.
Okay.
Stays D.
Lose a D.
Yeah.
Lose 2.
Lose 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that 1 o'clock?
Uh-huh.
This seems important for some reason.
I'm assuming my sanity didn't recover at all.
No.
It went off my time with my
Alright, make
father.
another sandy roll.
Morgan.
I just told you no. Why do you keep like trying
I
to
was
argue?
asking because it's been so long since
I know, and I
played.
just said no. So why do you keep arguing?
Okay. I lost another one.
Okay, good.
Okay.
No means no, Morgan.
This is how I'll teach you.
I'm surprised that you're the one
Punishment.
trying to teach me this lesson.
Ooh.
Okay.
Roll again.
It will break your mind.
Keep rolling until I tell you to stop.
This really just keeps making you watch the video over and over.
You clearly haven't understood.
Now do you get it, Morraine? Lady Morraine? Okay. Videos of the event from multiple shaky angles were posted to YouTube, Twitter, and other big sites, and quickly taken down again. A few mirrors were archived on dark web shock sites, but the program operatives have already corrupted download links with malware and archived versions that link to hoax videos. There are 6 videos of the event on the hard drive. Shook on Dat Sauce, Crazy OD has the clearest perspective. It was uploaded 40 hours ago from an IP address owned by Hugh Sun, an employee of Sutra Sandwiches. All videos corroborate the security footage and sync with its timestamps. Every file was uploaded by Los Angeles residents. You can make a computer science roll.
I got you. Get that big old butt up here. Oh, I have a 0.
Oh, I'm used to Robin being good at computers. Moraine's not good at
I
computers.
rolled another 2. But that doesn't mean anything because I have a 0 unless you're going to give me...
I actually passed with a 69. I have a 70.
You examine the metadata. You find no evidence of significant editing before upload. Yeah.
It looks real to me. Doesn't seem like anyone's edited the footage.
Before the video was taken down, YouTube commenters speculated that it showed a violent reaction to bath salts. The center said no such overdose was possible. Latecomers pushed PCP and discredited skeptics as conspiracy lunatics or trolls. These were the program's sock puppets doing damage control.
Is Pizzarelli still on with us?
Pizzarelli, yeah, he's still here.
Was the body recovered? Is it...
Yes, it is currently with Los Angeles Sheriff's Department.
But, well, I mean, by the program?
No.
Do we need to? How?
You'll have to look into the body itself and figure out why he did that.
Understood.
Do we have covers that could get us into a morgue?
That's kind of the trouble here now. Yes, federal covers would work, but they will be slow. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is notorious for their uncooperation with federal law enforcement.
Mm.
So we do have some FBI federal covers for you, but if you can think of other ways to get inside buildings or to get access to information, that might be faster than trying to
Just get
do it
in.
officially.
I mean, I had medical background. I could maybe somehow get in.
It is after Halloween too, so like Spirit Halloweens are still it's November. You could dress up, costumes,
As cops?
cops, or as
Ghosts.
as
There's
a
probably a lot of ghosts.
More
and
doctors.
Doctors?
More
I mean, yeah. Just try and
janitors,
sneak in. That would be fun.
ghouls. You could be haunted.
I'm Freddy.
Maybe some Frankensteins and Draculas. We don't know. Back to the victim. The program identified the victim with facial recognition software. His name is Jazz Ihirika. That is IHEJRIRIKA.
Here's Eureka.
Wait, IH?
Yes,
That
Hi,
is,
but you said Jorica.
Jazz
Oh.
Ihirika. So it's J-Z is his first name, and his last name is, again,
Yes.
I-H-E-J-I-R-I-K-A.
I was missing the J. Thank you.
Okay. From what we understand, the LA Sheriff's Department has reported the death as a drug overdose.
Makes sense.
You can pull his dossier from this computer here if you want.
We'll do that.
You guys pull it. He's born in 1987 to Nigerian immigrants. Both parents died in 2007 car accident in upstate New York. No other family listed in the United States. Jazz relocated to LA in 2010. He had a prolific online presence and worked as a community organizer and activist in LA protest movements. According to tax returns, Jazz supported himself through podcasts, speaking engagements, and consultancy work. His podcast, Off the Brim, focused on social justice issues in the Black Lives Matter movement in LA. His criminal records show 2 counts of marijuana possession, 3 counts of unlawful assembly, and numerous temporary police detainments dating back to Occupy Wall Street. You can just search for him online. The first hit online for the name is the last episode of Off the Brim, uploaded November 1st, 2018. It's on YouTube, and it's an interview between Jazz and an activist, Melina Estevez.
And what was that date again?
November 1st.
And what day is it today?
It is...
Or what day did he die?
November 14th is when he died.
Okay. So it was very, very recent.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
How long is it?
It's like an hour.
I'll try and maybe if we're driving somewhere, I'll listen to that in my car or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I would also like to listen to it.
People that have forensics, medicine, or surgery, is that anybody?
Me.
I have forensics. I have forensics. I fail.
I passed my forensics
Fail.
and my medicine.
People that fail, all you realize is that what happened to Jazz should not be possible. You shouldn't be able to tear your own skull apart and everything. I mean, you technically maybe could, but like the pain would stop you. You, Morgan, you said you succeeded?
Yeah.
There's no physical or pharmacological explanation. Pain and muscle contraction follows similar neurological pathways. Besides metabolic efficiency, clogging receptors with pain response acts as the nervous system's cap on self-harm. While it's mechanically possible to rend your own skull apart, the pain of the muscle contractions would overwhelm the body with agony before the wounds grew severe. The suicide is hypothetically possible if the victim suffered congenital insensitivity to pain and anhidrosis, SIPA, and was suffering psychosis caused by some powerful amphetamine. In that case, it might be possible to muster such one-time bone-rending strength before dropping into paralytic shock. However, the malfunction of the receptors that cause SIPA also reduce the effectiveness of drugs capable of such extreme metabolic alterations. Several fundamentals in human neurological construction would have to be completely, bizarrely, and artificially bypassed to allow a feat of self-destruction. And Pizzarelli looks at that. If it is some sort of substance that did that to him, maybe recover it for Delta Green.
For what purpose?
Future purpose.
Understood.
We really could have used something like that for some of those people in Cornucopia House.
Yeah. That would have been a good death on that fake mission that you did in Cornucopia House.
Yep.
How are you moving around with your legs and everything? Do they feel like your legs still, or do they feel different?
Sometimes I have phantom pain even though my leg is there now. Like it just aches. Like I just remember what the aching felt like. But it's there and I'm happy it's there. And I don't really need to question it.
How'd you explain it to your family?
Miracle.
Okay. I think it goes without saying you probably can't go back to being a FBI agent. Right.
Why not?
Well, you lost your legs and an arm. And
Sure.
And now you have them back.
I was kidnapped and I forgot what happened to me. They have some miraculous drug they tested on me.
Okay. Bob, could you maybe explain why
You have to understand
this isn't smart?
that.
Bob is in charge this time.
Oh,
What?
I mean, de facto I was anyway, but
What? We have more experience than you.
what happened to you can't
I don't accept that.
get out.
Well, I haven't gone running back to the FBI.
Right,
I
but it
haven't
seems like
worked
you
in
don't
it.
understand that what happened to you is inherently supernatural. And it is our...
Do you think I don't know that?
And yet, it seems like you don't. It really seems like you don't. And I really admire you for what you've gone through and coming back through it. But you need to understand that, one, we have no idea why your legs are back. Well, we don't know the consequences of why your legs are back. Well, I don't.
Pizzarelli, would you like to share with the class?
I think you know, as well as Frank Campbell, why your limbs regrew.
All I'm saying is, eventually, hopefully, maybe I'll need to make a living. Probably won't be the FBI.
The FBI also paid you a disability payout.
Oh, well then yeah, I definitely don't want to go back to them.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Is like you were living at home healing, and you're like, I gotta get back. It's like, no, you're not. You can't.
You just can't do that.
Listen,
I didn't agree to you doing this, and it was secret.
listen, let's focus on the mission.
Listen, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
It's hard to realize that any semblance of my old life is over, but for now, it'll be time to focus on something and maybe stop whatever that substance is from getting out, right? So let's focus on that and see
Okay.
if there's any connections.
All right. Sounds like you guys are good. You know what you're doing.
Can I say something?
Well, I feel like you're going to anyways, so please.
I met an old woman once who was part of a case, and she had lost all her teeth prior to me meeting her,
That's horrible.
and she regrew them all
A little sanity.
due to something that was in the water surrounding her home.
Not good.
And at the time, she thought it was a miracle, and then the teeth never stopped growing.
Do you think
You gonna get taller?
do you think I don't understand that this regrowth and the way it's helping my life currently might be temporary?
They came out of her eyes.
Morraine is incapable of just answering anything.
I'm answering every question. What do you
You're
mean?
asking questions back to him.
Her teeth grew out of her eyes. They grew over every inch of her body. It was the most agonizing thing I think I've ever seen anyone go through.
So you're just prepping me to be...
No, I'm making you understand that the
Another
fact
question.
that your legs are back is incredibly suspicious, and in the world we live in, these things don't come for free.
Well, then I guess I have to be prepared to die. And that's fine. We have a mission to focus on.
All right. You're not in charge, Bob. Well,
It's Bob, not Bomb.
Bob. No, you guys don't need a leader, right? Like, you're all adults. You're all capable.
This is gonna be one of those things where like you take me aside and tell me I'm the leader.
You do. He
How
does
about this? We'll see. We'll judge how each other are doing as leaders, and at the end of this,
Be an
whoever
anonymous survey.
did the best will become the leader of Masticate. Okay? Well, you've seen Survivor. It's like that.
Well,
I'm gonna.
I mean, then there'll be multiple rounds, right? So we go on this mission and we vote one.
Well, we're
person
down to
off.
3 because Thomas Thompson's being a little fucking bitch.
Is there an idol hidden in this office?
There might be. There might be an idol hidden somewhere in the city.
What form?
The
does
program
it
has hidden many tiny collectibles all throughout the city for you.
Bob
Some will
runs
kill
over to
you,
the
some
drywall
will
and
help
starts
you.
like cutting into it.
If you find the 10 thermoses that are hidden across the city, you will get a rocket launcher.
take? Wow, that's really
Oh
cool.
man!
So
What
be
do
on the
you-
lookout.
do you wanna-
Survivor really
do you
get
wanna
rocket
unlock-
launchers?
Morgan.
It was a video game joke.
I don't actually know which one.
I would like. I don't know. I was imagining like Resident Evil or something. I'd like
Jump
to
with it.
unlock the hand cannon.
I'll let you get inside the mystery box.
Ooh.
Alright, you guys good? Pizzarelli good?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm out of here.
I mean, unless there's anything else you need to tell us.
No, you guys have my phone number?
We do.
Call.
We do.
But yeah, let's solve this case. Go Team Masticate. Welcome back, Morraine.
Are you gonna just join us on this mission?
Oh no, I'm leaving.
Yep.
You never
I
join
leave.
us.
I leave. Yeah, I don't. That'd be really kind of silly if the handler just went with you on every mission.
Well, do you ever go on missions?
Not
No. So I don't die.
So you just watch everyone you know die?
Can I be a handler?
I'll put in a good word for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about me?
You've been pretty capable. Like,
I'm very capable.
You have all your limbs. You're
All
not
of them.
scarred in any real way.
Wait, what? Hold
true.
on.
What?
That's the actual reaction.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
I mean, your family's all there still?
Yes. They only were in ISIS for a little bit.
Yeah, you've handled your family well. You can handle it.
Handled many struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I prefer the field work.
All right,
I get
Pizzarelli. Hey, thank you for all your help. By the way,
No problem. Let's go Team Masticate.
go Team Masticate. Feels a little rough saying that after. It's fine though.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's see.
Is Mastic? Never mind.
Is what?
Nothing.
Yeah, ask a question.
I don't want to because you keep making fun of me.
It means to chew.
Yeah.
What?
What did you think it meant? Morgan!
Weren't you
I
saying
thought masticate
masturbate?
was like when like you're shredded apart.
I mean,
What?
No.
By
What?
chewing?
by chewing, yeah, but masticate literally does mean to chew.
To chew?
Yeah.
Chew.
Then why'd you say Jew?
He said chew!
It means
Context
to chew.
clues, Morgan!
Morgan!
What rhymes with Jew?
You don't.
Morgan!
Listen.
Chew.
Do you think that he said Jew, or do you think that you heard the wrong thing?
Let me talk.
Okay.
Let me talk.
Well, go ahead. You haven't been helping
You're
yourself
not
so
letting
far.
me talk. Thank you, Gil. I thought maybe I somehow accidentally stumbled into a slur I didn't know about.
Why would it be a slur?
That's actually very likely. That's actually.
And then I was like, oh no,
Good
I
on
used
you,
masticate
Morgan.
in my middle school writing. I had a whole
What?
How'd you use it?
Morgan, you're
We-
just
we
bullshitting.
remember
You're
it.
just being a goof.
I remember that.
Oh,
For the last episode of this, you should just read your little masticate
no.
story. poem
No,
thing.
well, and that makes sense to chew. That's
I
the context
stomped
I understood.
that dirty
it in.
masticate
And then you guys were like,
into
"What
the
do you think
ground.
it means?" And I was like, "I don't know." And you're like, "The Jew." That's what I heard, not to chew. And I thought I messed up, and that I somehow missed the slur.
Okay.
No.
Vince really left. You guys are alone. Morraine just understood what masticate meant.
Do you need more time?
Maybe we should just move on.
That was Morgan, not Morraine.
Okay.
Moraine's much smarter.
Morraine would understand the thematic parallel between masticate and teeth.
Yeah.
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 And Jews.
Not Jews.
Jews are behind
Tell me
all
there's
of it.
not been any Jews.
Uh,
That in itself seems a little racist.
Alright, what do you guys do?
We go. I think I like the idea of buying
Costumes?
scrubs.
Well, yeah, we still take our FBI IDs, but we just
Mustaches? Yeah.
well, and I am like medically trained. I did autopsies before, like,
We're here to look at the body.
so I could just pretend to be another
Do you guys want to pretend to be from a different country and do accents?
Yes.
We are Germans.
We are German. We would like to see your most messed up bodies.
I don't know if I can do a German accent.
Try.
Well, discuss it in character what you're doing.
We are German doctor.
I am
I think
a German doctor.
Doctor. All right, you now. Toby.
No,
Hey, Camel.
no,
Hey,
Campbell's
Campbell's
already mad.
All right, you're gonna go downstairs. Come on.
Camel's walking all the way down there.
And I think we can try just going to. I mean, the morgue is not the sheriff's department. That is separate entities. It'd be like a county morgue, and they would. I'm gonna say they're gonna be more receptive to federal
It's
law
at the
enforcement.
medical examiner's office.
Yeah, because they're not gonna give a shit. They just. I would assume. Would I know anything about that?
Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department services 42 separate cities. It's the largest jail system in the United States. It's well known as one of the most corrupt institutions in the country.
So, I mean, it's separate from the sheriff.
Yeah.
In my dealings with various law enforcement stuff, could I assume that they are going to be far more inviting than just to talk to us about
I mean,
an open investigation?
maybe.
We could.
The big thing you'll notice about that is just like with how big the system is. It's going to be
Bureaucracy.
yeah. It's going to be bureaucracy, and it's going to be packed with like they're behind them with everything.
We could pose that like we're from the CDC or something investigating.
Ooh, that's smart.
Because I'm assuming they don't know.
There's been a Molly outbreak. Everybody's taken Molly.
We just need to eliminate any kind of viral or bacterial or any kind of other infections that may have interacted with the drugs to have this effect, because it's not normal.
Too much Molly.
Yeah, that is.
He just boofed it.
He poofed too much Molly.
So decide what you're doing.
I like that.
Yep, I like that.
Do you like that, Toby?
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody knows what a CDC badge looks like, so
That's fair, yeah.
just walk in and say we're from the CDC.
Okay.
Somebody showed me a CDC badge, I'd be like, yes.
And
Do
let
they even have
Pizzarelli.
badges? I don't think they have badges.
They probably have
I'm
badges,
sure they
but
have
not
some kind
like,
of credentials.
it's like a card.
I don't know how Delta Green works precisely, but I imagine there's some. Either we can call Pizzarelli or someone else and have them like backstop our identities to say, like this is our director at the CDC. Call them and they'll verify our identities.
A Bobby.
A Bobby. That's
A
right.
Bobby.
We could say that you have some sort of thing set up. You call Pizzarelli and get it set up so that they can call him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. Just
Okay.
to check our bases.
Going to the morgue.
Yep.
All right. You guys just wearing your suits and everything.
I think our suits we
Or
could
do you
get
want
away
some
with,
sort
but
of disguise?
I want to wear a white coat, like
Okay.
I feel like people from this.
Do you want any wigs or facial hair?
I put on fake glasses,
Okay.
and I
She
wear.
can't see. She's wearing her eyes.
No one else.
I would just.
I don't want to be
moderately
too
alter my
silly, because what if I go in
appearance.
wearing like a Party City blonde wig, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this CDC?"
I go to my suitcase and take out several wigs.
Okay.
And I start
It's
to
like
like
a Mission Impossible.
layer one
face
into my
generator
hair.
thing.
I go, you guys can borrow these if you'd like. I also pull out like
They're
several.
all colorful afros.
From the old days.
There's
Put
an
on a
orange
red
one.
nose.
Here's a blue one.
Yeah, I'll I'll wear a wig, I guess. If
It's real human hair.
that's creepy.
You wear a blonde wig? Silver wig? What do you want? It's not written on there what color your hair is.
No, I was checking how old I was. So I wrote down 49, so I'd be 50 now, I assume.
Yeah, you'd be 50.
I could pass for an older fellow.
True.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, I
that's
guess
fine.
if this is just purely for disguise, I'll wear heavy makeup so that it doesn't look like what my face normally looks like. Just not like clownish, but I assume Morraine isn't a big makeup wearer just because she grew up in Kansas with a dad that didn't really show her a whole lot.
I'm
And then yeah, just maybe I'd add some clip-in like highlights or something.
not thinking suit precisely, but just kind of doctor wear, like dress pants and a shirt and tie and
Okay.
then put like lab coat type thing.
Okay.
I don't know if they come in with the lab coat or if lab coats are provided. I'll bring one.
Just in case.
Got it back.
And you want a silver wig. Do you want kind of like a balding silver wig?
How does that work? Am I bald?
No. I don't know. I was just thinking like you could like do something where like your disguise is kind of a balding man, but really you have hair.
You could put a bald cap on you.
If I can do that.
Yeah, you
sure.
can. Yeah.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
I don't like how much you're typing.
Everyone's going so hard on their disguises.
And
I don't
do you
like-
want a fake nose as well, Toby?
Cyrano de Bergerac nose, so the little.
Yeah. Okay.
I also
No,
always
stop.
wear big, thick frames, and I take those off and put in contacts. So I'm switching my hair, not wearing glasses. I should be solid.
Okay. You guys arrive at the county coroner's office. Big bustling. You guys get in. There's like a front desk person who looks to be a Los Angeles Sheriff's Department officer, deputy.
Hello, we are here as part of an investigation. We're with the CDC. My name's Florence Donahue.
Okay. Were you scheduled to meet with anybody?
We are, I believed so, yes. We planned to come examine the body and take some samples just to make sure there wasn't any communicable diseases.
What body?
Of a...
Jazz.
Jazz
Jazz.
Ihira Chikrika.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's nobody here by that name.
No, that's the deceased.
Okay, there's no deceased here that's been identified as that name.
I believe what my supervisor told me before we came is it was a gentleman that ripped his face off.
Okay, that's more helpful. There's a John Doe that came in
Yes.
with that.
That's the one we're looking for.
It could be a bureaucracy role, Morgan.
You can do it, Morgan. What's your bureaucracy?
It's pretty high, actually.
Nice.
You're a real bureaucrat.
And I got a hard.
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
She got hard.
That was very important for you.
We would have been shot on sight otherwise.
So, alright, you guys are let through. You got visitor badges given to you.
Is there anything you can tell us? We were simply
He let you guys go back there.
Oh, okay.
He assumes you know where to go.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna figure out where to go.
You can go to the
Yep.
morgue or whatever. I don't know.
Usually downstairs.
Yep. You sneak into the morgue. Head down there, you find a room with files and everything. You could you could go in there if you want.
I would like to... Do you guys want to go ahead? I can look through these.
Sure, that'll
Sure.
be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone make a disguise or medicine roll.
Disguise or medicine.
Correct.
Oh boy.
I pass.
Why did you do this?
I got a normal success on disguise.
You okay?
We do.
0 in medicine. I gotta have some medicine.
Okay, well, you don't. But anyway, disguise?
Yeah, I failed.
Okay. Okay, Frank Campbell is looking very phony as he's going past everyone. And you notice he's getting some looks as you guys are going past. Might be best if you split off from him so you don't attract the same looks.
Yeah, I've already separated.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to go to the bathroom?
Okay, yes.
Also, what are your fake names?
I'm Florence Donahue.
Florence Nightingale.
You're okay.
Dr. Jackson Hayes.
And Toby, you're Florence Nightingale.
No, I was like,
You should do it.
if you want.
You don't have to do what Jackson wants you to.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sadly.
My name is Huck.
Dr. James Green.
Okay. So Morraine and Bob
Or maybe I... yeah, whatever.
duck into the records area. You go and look for the bathroom to hide for a little bit.
Make sure my disguise is in order.
Yeah. Looking through the records, the autopsy has not been performed yet on the John Doe. It came in at 3 a.m. Monday morning on November 14th. EMS took the body directly from the street to the county coroner. It lists a Sergeant Freddie Sutton and Deputy Julian Sains were the first responders. They took photos and processed evidence before paramedics arrived and took the body. The incident report claims the sheriff's deputies were returning from prisoner transfer when they responded to a 390P, possible use of PCP, after witnessing a disturbance on patrol. They called in for an ambulance after reaching the dead man in the street. In the transfer paperwork, the EMS noted that the deputies reported an overdose. They based the analysis on drug paraphernalia and eyewitness accounts collected from the scene. You can make a bureaucracy, criminology, or law roll.
Oh yeah, I'm not in there.
I fail.
You are in there, Morgan, too.
I fail.
I passed my bureaucracy.
Morraine, you notice that the paperwork is very thin. Fingerprints and dental records match Jazz Irahika, but the victim is still listed as a John Doe. No toxicology report has been ordered. No samples of drug paraphernalia were passed to the medical examiner, despite being claimed to have been found. The victim was found without a wallet, phone, or keys, despite taking a late-night walk through the city. Maybe the rest of the paperwork got displaced somewhere?
So they're just not doing anything with his body, essentially.
Not yet. They have not done an autopsy.
I will perform an autopsy.
Just start cutting
I
into
should.
his body.
Yeah, you're kind of in the lobby of the coroner's office, Frank, and you're like, there's another receptionist down here that you guys missed on the way in, and she's like, did you sign in?
Yes. I'm just looking for the restroom, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And she sits back down.
She doesn't tell him.
She tries to look at the visitor log again. And what did you say your name was?
This is Jim Green, or James
You
Green.
did not sign in on this thing. On the visitor log.
Oh, I thought it was at the front.
No, I said this was another desk down in the coroner's office.
I'm
section.
sorry. Okay, I misunderstood.
Okay.
So this... I'm, like, coming out, then...
Yeah, you just kept wandering through the halls. There's so many, and you ended up back at another desk, coming in from another entrance. And yeah, there was like a separate sign in place for if you're going specifically into the morgue.
Gotcha. I'll just kind of be truthful.
Yeah.
I must be lost. I was looking for the restroom. I signed in at the front desk.
So you need to sign in here as well.
Well, I didn't even intend to be in here. I was just looking for the restroom.
Nevertheless, if I see you, you must sign.
Just so. I
Nevertheless.
I can sign in now if you want, but just can you point me into the?
Please do.
Okay, I sign in as James Green.
Yeah, you can make a search roll also.
James Green. That one I passed.
You notice as you're signing in the visitor log, the day after Irahika arrived, Annalena Estevez signed in.
That's the girl that he interviewed.
Podcast.
Oh. Oh, did we? How long was the drive over here?
Not that long. You were close.
Okay.
Well,
So-
you can listen to it after this.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, just mental note of that.
Yeah.
So
That's suspicious.
about that restroom.
It's right over here, dearie.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Deary.
Just she have like a name tag or something.
Yeah,
If she's trying to fuck.
What is it?
Jennifer.
Thank you very much, Jennifer.
Yeah, well.
I'll just be on my way.
And you guys go into the body, go get the body.
We go into the body.
You shrink yourself down and get in the school bus.
I think they get in the school bus and then it's just all shrunk.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you don't shrink yourself before you get in because then it'd be really hard to get in. It's a big step.
Yeah.
Jackson.
So you need 2 hours to do an autopsy, or 1 hour if you rush it. Or you can take the body somewhere else.
He's already.
That's crazy.
I will try to do well, but probably rush it a little bit.
Is there anything that can be gleaned from just looking at the body?
Yeah, but not much more.
I want to
than
see if there's
video.
any of that substance.
Can I say I have a bag, like in my little bag I have on my back, just a bunch of Ziplocs,
Okay.
just in case we want to
So,
take something.
It's in the morgue rack and refrigerated vaults in the back. Slabs with body bags are lifted onto a rolling jack and pushed to an examination suite. Do you want to push it somewhere else and then examine, or do you want to examine in here?
Honestly, I think that's the least suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, if someone comes in, I would just argue that I am a doctor.
So you just want to stay in here and examine it? I said an either or question.
Right, and
I would go
You just
where...
said it makes most sense. I didn't understand which one you were picking.
to stay in the suite, I thought.
You're not in a suite right now.
Didn't you just say there's an examination suite?
No, I said that right now it's in like a morgue rack and refrigerator vaults. From there, slabs are laid with body bags, and usually they're taken to an examination suite. So, and I said, do you want to examine it there in the morgue rack in the refrigerator vault, or take it somewhere else?
Okay.
The examination suite, I assume, would have everything I need. Unless everything I need is right
You
here.
have stuff you need. You have everything you need. Because you're a medical person. You have that.
Then, yeah, here probably.
Wouldn't it be far more suspicious to just like cut a body open in this room that you're not supposed to be doing that in? Like this room is not for cutting bodies open, right?
Right.
And we're here as doctors to perform an autopsy.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll go to the exam room. That's fine.
Okay, so you wheel the body out into
Mhm.
the hallway, going past some people. People give you a nod, quick head nod. Make a luck roll. One person.
I rolled 59.
Okay. All of the rooms are full.
Go in the bathroom.
All of the exam rooms. There's like some classrooms that are empty.
I feel like at that point, the morgue might be walked into.
What day is it?
Middle of the week.
Is there like a
It's
log
Wednesday.
on any of the classrooms that show when they're in use?
No.
What do you want to do?
I mean, I feel like if we do it at the morgue when we're done, we can just shut it and go.
Okay. Then we can do that.
If it's just on a table that you pull out, and then you can just... Do any of the autopsies look almost done?
You can't tell from just looking outside through a door.
Mm.
No.
Yeah, I think our only option then is to do it in the morgue.
Okay.
All right, you wheel it back into the vault and put it in there. Are you gonna like put something in front of the door to try to have some sort of lock
I'll
on the door?
just stand by the door.
Is there not a lock on it?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll keep watch while this is happening.
Okay. So you leave the vault.
Yeah.
And you're out in front. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Morgan, make a forensics roll.
I pass.
What kind of success?
Normal.
Normal. You're doing it in 1 hour. Okay, you're gonna miss some stuff then.
You could maybe say something out loud if you hear someone coming, and I'll just shut the door.
Yeah.
I'll do 2 hours then if I can.
Okay.
I thought I'm like communicating to them through text.
Yeah.
Do I have some like headphones or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just in the bathroom listening to that.
Listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
And you're using the restroom, so it's double duty.
Been shitting for
On and
2
off,
hours.
like I keep
You
my
have-
pants down the whole time.
You haven't gone to a restroom in 20 years or so since this campaign
Whoa.
started.
That's the real spooky stuff. I haven't noticed it until now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So, autopsy. Cutting the body. He's horrifically mutilated. Hands, chest, facial features torn to ribbons. Front of the skull split around a hole in the sinus cavity. Cause of death is exsanguination due to extreme cranial and mandibular trauma. You peel off fingerprints from him. You collect blood work for analysis. The organs show no sign of long-term damage one would expect from a PCP addict. You turn over his body. You find unexpected puncture marks. 3 needle marks are arranged tightly in a triangle near the first lumbar vertebra. The blood hardly clotted. The marks are white and fresh and barely livid before the heart stopped beating. You take some photos and everything of this.
Maybe a sample if there's anything on the holes.
Absolutely. Smart. Make a luck roll. Morgan.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Walk-a-doke.
Right of the cards. I'm lucky this time.
All right. An old lady walks by Bob outside. She thinks about going in, but can't be bothered.
Who wants to work these days? Do I smell anything?
Yes,
Yes.
you do. Using your laptop, you're gonna have to go somewhere else after the autopsy to do the blood work and everything.
Okay.
But yeah, you're done in there. You've done the
Okay.
autopsy.
I cover his body in a sheet and I put it back into the drawer, and then I walk out, and I want to go see if any of the labs are still open so I can try to run some of this blood work. If I can just get paper results rather than it being logged into their... I guess they're going to get this information anyways, probably, if they have the body.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess I could just call Pizzarelli and see if he has a lab for us somewhere within the Delta Green network.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably do that so we can leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you finish up in there, clean up. You see Bob outside. Meet up with him, and then Frank Campbell. You've been listening to the podcast. So you hear Jazz talk to his guest, Melina Estevez. This is you, Toby.
Yeah.
So, in 2015, Los Angeles Sheriff's Department Intel Division conducted a sting operation on La Ime, aka the Mexican Mafia, a powerful prison gang. Intercepted communications, located a stash house in the home of Silvio Chavez, a suspected member of the Zambada Garcia wing of the Sinaloa drug cartel, La Ime, was under the impression Chavez's rented duplex served as a major narcotics distribution hub. A no-knock warrant was issued. The address was in LAPD jurisdiction, but the intel came from LASD investigators. LASD and LAPD pulled resources for the bust. The Tactical Narcotics Unit, nicknamed the Slugs Squad, breached the door at 05:45 on June 2nd, 2015. Chavez was home and awake. He fled to a kitchen, presumably going for a weapon. Chavez turned and fired. 3 Sheriff's Department tactical members turned fire with submachine guns, one with a shotgun. Chavez died instantly, his body thrown over a shattered kitchen table loaded with meth and rifles. One officer, Sergeant Freddie Sutton, was struck in the plate carrier and suffered bruised ribs. Rounds penetrated the drywall behind Chavez, cutting into the adjoining duplex. Claudette Dondry rented the room using her pension as a retired pediatric nurse. She ran an unofficial daycare service for working neighborhood mothers to augment her fixed income. She was serving breakfast. Dondry and 2 children in her care, 3-year-olds and 18-month-old, were killed. And the podcast goes over the Dondry lawsuit, and it's an ongoing wrongful death suit against Los Angeles County and Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. The shooting went to a grand jury, and the grand jury absolved the deputies in 2017. The Sheriff's Department justified the warrant with the presence of enormous stashes of meth and firearms at the scene, arguing both represented an urgent danger to public safety. Chavez's impressive list of prior felonies and violent resistance helped make the case, and the defense insisted there was no signage advertising a daycare posted in the neighborhood. The daycare was not registered with the city and was unlicensed and illegally zoned. The Sheriff's Department provided paperwork from the property manager proving that they had checked the second property and been told it was vacant. A clerical error on the part of the property company had provided TNU, the tactical unit, with an old lease. The shooting board described the incident as unfortunate, but blamed clerical error, improper business registration by the shooting victim, and bad luck.
Was this all in LA?
Mm-hmm. And editorials of Time pointed out that the convictions were already unlikely became hopeless once Slug Squad took down the Southside Tiger in the same neighborhood.
And do I learn more about precisely who this lady is?
She is a attorney specializing in immigration law, normally based in Texas. She sometimes comes to LA, and she works out of a space. That's not, you don't know that.
I'll look up where she works out of.
But she represented a woman in immigration court who was the aunt of the youngest child killed at Dondry Daycare. The family has filed a civil suit against the LASD, LAPD, and City of Los Angeles, and has volunteered her legal services.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I gather any information on her that I can from the toilet.
Mm-hmm. You do find that she works out of a space rented by El Puente de la Esperanza, the Bridge of Hope, a non-profit immigration defense fund that provides representation in asylum and naturalization cases. The office is a former Radio Shack in a strip mall.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what you find about her. And yeah, you get a text from Morraine that they're all good.
Okay. I wrap it up. Wipe. Flush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wash hands.
How many times do you check the toilet paper?
No.
Well, you gotta get one clean wipe, and then you good.
You don't do one clean wipe and then you're like, oh. And then double check, with one secondary clean wipe.
If it's clean, it's clean.
You don't double check with your hand?
Yeah.
If it's clean, it's clean. That's what I'm saying. Look.
You're saying to yourself.
This is 2018.
Yeah, he's saying this out loud. If it's clean, it's clean.
They're telling the next stall, what the fuck?
You're talking to Alexa. Alexa, text Morraine back.
How
if it's
clean?
it's clean. Yeah, and then I walk out without washing my hands. No.
Ew.
I'm kidding. I'll wash them, but no soap.
No.
You do that thing. I've seen guys at work literally
Just kind of
just
Yeah.
They don't fucking wash their hands ever.
It's gross.
Maureen, when you go to the bathroom and stuff, do a lot of women not wash their hands after?
Every woman I see washes their hands.
Okay.
So many men don't.
Like,
There's
I'd
a
say
lot.
75% of men don't.
And so many pretend to.
Is it because they just hold
It's
their
gay.
penis?
I think it's...
I think that is part of it, yeah.
They're just like, well, that's not dirty.
I mean,
It's
when
like
I've been
a-
at
So they only wash their
home...
hands if they shit?
I will say, when I've been at home, occasionally I've, like, just walked out of the bathroom after peeing. But, like, I don't think I've ever shit and not washed my hands.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That's an insane thing to do.
I always wash my hands. I don't, like you said, when I'm at home, it might not be very good,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we wet them down.
I'm also constantly washing my hands as I'm cleaning.
I don't like when they feel like dry and dusty.
They
Or
don't want there to be
chemical.
things on them.
Yeah.
Ring, ring, ring.
I don't like lotion.
I don't like
Pizzarelli.
Yeah, you guys are all outside now?
Yeah.
Go for Pizzarelli.
I get in the car and we're driving off. Hi, so I did the autopsy on Jazz.
Okay.
I have some samples I'd like to run, but I didn't want to risk staying there longer. Is there a lab I can go to that's in our...
Yeah, there's a university in Los Angeles. I can have a friend that get you in.
Great. Just send me their contact, or if you want to set up the meet somewhere.
Yeah, I'll set up the meeting, text the details.
Thank you.
A few minutes later, he texts back.
Okay.
There you go.
I go to the university.
Yeah, you guys are all three together in a car again.
I kind of explain to them, I tell them about the punctures in the back that looked very fresh and like they probably happened right before he died. I tell them that his organs looked generally healthy and not indicative of like a PCP overdose or another kind of overdose. Show them the photos of everything that I took and that we're going to get samples run to, see if we can figure anything else out. And that's all. Do you guys have any information to share?
I was waiting outside the room.
Right. What about you, Frank?
Yes, I was able to listen to the podcast that Jazz made, and I also, on the sign-in sheet, I saw that his guest from the last podcast episode had checked into the morgue.
I was
as
already
well.
thinking it might be good to talk to her, but
Yes,
that confirms it.
I do think we need to speak to her. I've got information on her place of work where I might find her, so... did you wash your hands?
Of course.
No.
Also,
Did she? Make her roll for it.
I washed my hands. I cleaned up. You said I cleaned up.
She cleans up.
But then you went and took a shit and you didn't
No.
wash your hands.
No.
Just wiped it off.
Good
She
work,
didn't even
Frank.
use
That's real
toilet paper.
leadership type work that you did in the bathroom.
Yeah, I was delegating tasks to
Real
others.
leadership type work.
Thank you.
You've grown quite a lot.
I have always been this way. I have not grown at all.
You used to be awful.
Oh, no, I didn't. How would you know? I just met you like a year ago.
And you used to suck.
Hey,
You've always
Bob.
sucked. Still do.
Anyway, so we're going to this university. We're going to run these tests, okay? Maybe, Frank, you can look, see if we can go ahead and get in touch with this... I wrote her
This
name
lady
down.
person.
I wrote her name down.
Lawyer lady person.
She's a serpent person.
Little
Little serpent.
Estevez.
Estevez. Lena Estevez. See if we can
Do we
find
want
a
to
way
get in touch with her beforehand?
Yeah, we
or
want to. Or we could just show up wherever
Did it-
she's at.
on the sign-in sheet, did it have any other information? Like sometimes they'll have like, I'm here to see blah blah blah, or
No.
this is what company I'm with. It just said her name,
Just said her name.
and it said her actual name.
Yes.
Okay.
There was spaces where other people had written who they were here to see, but she did not put that.
Got it. Jennifer was not checking. She was slacking. Didn't make people sign in all the way.
Jennifer did have stuff to say about that, but you didn't ask her, so.
I go back.
You sense there's a dialogue option you missed.
Turn around. I turn that car right around. I use my leadership skills. Jennifer!
Let him go back and talk.
No, it's too late. Alright, you get to the
I
university.
call her.
It's too late.
Okay.
Okay, you do some blood work and toxicology. You can make a forensics or pharmacy roll.
Pharmacy, you just make it into drugs. You don't know what they
Or
do.
chemistry or occult medicine or science. There's so much you could do. Oh!
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Wow, you get everything.
Nice.
Even the stuff I missed with Jennifer.
Yes.
Morraine, you identify the wound as coming from a dot gun.
Dot.
A trink round meant to inject sedatives into dangerous animals. If the victim killed himself, he first injected a cattle dart into his own spine.
Not likely.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Calm down, Bob.
Bob's already doing that.
I stick my spine every week.
I have to give myself epidurals just to survive.
The only narcotics are trace amounts of marijuana and antidepressant Lexapro. There's no indication of amphetamines, phencyclidine, or synthetic cathinines, anything capable of causing a psychotic break. Certainly no signs of heavy drug abuse typical of needle addicts. The blood carries unusually high levels of mercury, enough to manifest symptoms of heavy metal poisoning had the victim survived. Wider spectrum chemical analysis finds toxic ppm readings for zinc sulfate and antimony oxychloride. With your occult knowledge, Morgan, you identify in medieval alchemy, zinc sulfate and antimony oxychloride were called white vitriol and the powder of Algaroth. Both were frequently used in occult rituals. Cerebrospinal fluid indicates the brain was flooded at the time of death with amyloid B and tau proteins. Though both are remnants of neurological decay, they exist in amounts that can't be explained by 2 days in a refrigerated storage. The brain was also flooded by BDNF proteins. These chains, responsible for neurological growth, exist at levels far higher than should be possible for an infant child, let alone a 31-year-old man. The myelin sheaths around the cerebral nerves are more damaged than the worst multiple sclerosis on record. The victim shouldn't have been able to blink, let alone walk. It's as if his brain was caught in a mist of rapidly decaying and rebuilding itself at the time of death. Make a sanity roll for that, Morgan.
For having MS?
No. What?
But what about all the things I've
Morgan,
been
you
through?
should confirm that you actually have to do a sanity roll for this. Just check.
How will you know if you have
How
to?
will you know? Like, maybe since you've seen bad stuff, maybe you won't have to do it.
You've seen some bad stuff since you asked.
Yeah, it might have changed.
You know she's tempted to
She's like, it could work this time.
I mean, you saw that video.
Yeah, that was way worse than
You did
this.
an autopsy.
Like, I got some lab results.
That's character development.
That's,
If you don't like the way I play, why do you let me play?
Why do we
we're thinking about stopping that, actually. Just shutting it down.
You guys hate me.
No, that's so true.
If you guys want to have a boys' day, that's fine.
We're allowed to make fun of you.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Well, I failed sanity.
Can she roll again?
I didn't ask.
I accept my fate.
But answer Toby real
Like a
quick.
man.
You felt saying
Yeah. Unless you want me to lie.
lose one sanity.
Okay.
Well, I don't want you to lie.
I don't know. Just in case.
Just checking.
Bird. Okay, where are we going now?
If you're all done, I say we go talk to the lady. Huh?
I'm
Check
good.
her out.
Check her out.
Let's go check on.
That lady.
You can
No,
you can also make an intelligence roll, Toby.
Okay.
Actually, No. This was information that was learned separately and so far has not been shared. Never mind.
Okay.
To me, I mean, I would have shared everything.
You did learn something, and they also learned something, but neither of you told each other about it.
I told them about
I
the
kind of always
holes.
assumed.
I told them about the organs. I told them about...
What happened before you did the surgery and autopsy and stuff? What did you learn from the files?
You got the files. I wasn't there, but they were very sparse. You learned the name of the officer.
There was probably files missing.
What was the name of the officer?
I feel like I'm the only one taking notes.
I have notes.
Oh yes, that officer. I know his name.
Toby knows what I'm trying to get to.
Yes, quite. Quite.
The officers that came upon him, do you remember their names?
They came on.
You say a lot of words. It's hard to write everything down.
So the first deputies on the scene after he was doing that were deputies Julian Sains and Sergeant Freddie Sutton.
Oh, of the Slugs squad.
And then you listened to a podcast.
I did.
And in 2015,
and I was also on the toilet. You can't forget that.
Freddie Sutton was part of the Slug squad that did that raid that ended up getting collateral damage and killing a couple kids in a daycare.
Yeah,
manager.
Looking at this Freddie Sutton guy, he's clearly a bad apple.
Child murderer.
Well, I mean, we've all been
no
there.
knock raid. Maybe it's like cornucopia house.
That
We didn't knock
right.
out.
It's good.
Dose.
It's 2 a.m.
Do you know
The muffin.
where your monster is?
What monster?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
He's at the house with us. It's Campbell.
Oh.
Anyway, where are you going?
We're going to this girl, Lena Estevez.
Call her a girl, too.
This
Girl.
Tell
us
Hey,
your
girl.
secrets.
Hey, girl.
Girl isn't really as kind of demeaning as boy, is it?
Boy.
I didn't know girl was
That's
demeaning.
more like a.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not as demeaning as boy would be.
Because I'm always like, I call everyone, I'll be like, girl.
Hey, boy.
Also, most people don't go like, hey, girl. Like, that
There are
sounds
some
weird.
people that do that.
It's like movies. They never do it to me.
Hey, boy.
Boy.
There's a couple different ways you can call somebody
Boyle.
boy.
It's almost never intended to be, but I always feel weird about son.
For the longest time, I used to call everyone sir, including my
Call a lot of
boyfriends
people
in
sir.
high
Yeah,
school. I'd be like,
that's off.
hello, sir.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's so embarrassing remembering that now. And then one of my boyfriends was like, please stop. He was like, don't do that anymore. I don't like it.
That's lame.
Oh, yeah. You guys drive to the lady.
Drive to the
Hello,
lady.
sir.
I have we're probably not going to be CDC agents to her. We're going to be
No.
FBI agents.
Our cover, yeah.
Do you take off your disguises?
Yes.
Your bald cap and everything?
Yeah, since I have a 10 in disguise, yes, I think I'll ditch the...
You should have glue on your face.
That's why you look the most suspicious.
It's
look
because
like
you
a
look like the
creepy old
fucking
guy.
penguin.
I would have had to pretend I was a necrophiliac. That's the only way I get out of that.
I think there are other ways.
So, I'm here to fuck bodies.
I swear I'm here to fuck bodies.
Nothing else.
Don't look into my credentials, please.
You guys pull into the strip mall. And you notice that there's cameras on both the...
Well, shit.
Light
I
poles.
keep my costume on then.
I put it back on in front of the camera.
I put a baseball hat on and sunglasses.
You try to put your wig back on, Morgan.
I just had clip-in highlights.
Okay. So you.
That'll help.
All right.
Yeah.
You've already taken your costumes off. So
I walk in.
Yeah.
Fine, I just wear a ball cap too.
Okay.
A professional looking.
You walk with a limp, exaggerated limp.
I walk
Can't be
in,
her.
we head towards where she works.
She doesn't have legs.
I have had a limp this whole time.
See, that's a good disguise.
Yeah.
The fact that your real identity is like
That is true.
you have no legs and arms.
Yeah.
Is that?
If anybody ever comes to see you, you gotta like tuck them under.
When I go visit my dad,
You
I
gotta
just,
use mirrors. Sorry.
You gotta actually chop them off. That's the only way.
Your dad just chops them off again. I like you better.
I just
You go
he
back.
comes home and I'm at home with a blanket over my legs like they're not there, and we just pretend that they're not there.
He's like, don't show your legs anymore, please. They scare me, hun. You guys go to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's there's like a sign that says "Smile, you're on camera." Knock on the door. A woman answers the door in her mid-30s. Hispanic woman.
Does she have a name tag on?
No, she doesn't have a name tag on.
Oh, no, my work makes me wear a
We
name tag.
we know. I looked her up. Is it her?
Yeah, it's Nalina Estevez.
Nalina.
Uh-huh. And she opens the door. Can I help you?
Hey, Miss Estevez.
Yes.
We were hoping to get talk to you for a second about a. Do you want to tell her?
You just start off with you do know you're on camera and you have been since you entered the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's a live feed uploaded to cloud service, just like the camera that I have in my car, at my home, and on my person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No worries.
All right. And who are you?
What was my cover identity? Is it?
James Green.
Oh, okay, we're just using the same. James. My name is James Green. Oh, yeah, got it. My name is James Green, and I'm. What were the
FBI.
ideas recognized?
You're like doing this in person too.
Well, I don't know what the fake. He said they just gave us fake
FBI.
IDs. Oh, okay, yeah, we're with the FBI. We were hoping to have a little conversation with you about the podcast you did with a jazz. His last name's very hard to pronounce.
It is.
How do you say it? What's the correct pronunciation?
She just looks at you. Make a persuade roll. She's gonna make a human roll. Look into your soul.
What am I persuade? Persuade. Thankfully, that's like one thing that's really fucking hard.
All right. Okay. Come on inside.
Thank you.
And you come inside. You can see there's multiple cameras pointing at everything.
What? I mean, again, it's
Are you
it's
scared?
fine.
Are
I
you
just,
scared for your life?
They're like in the corners of the stuff.
It's fine that you're doing this, but just out of curiosity, what is the purpose?
Safety.
Oh, okay.
Did something happen to someone you know?
Things always happen to people now.
Do they look like new installation? Like she just put them up or something?
No. This is like a normal thing for her.
Okay.
No, I won't do that here. I was gonna
So,
say.
am I being detained?
No.
Of course.
Oh, we just said we wanted to talk to you.
This is simply voluntary questioning. If you want us to leave, we can leave.
So you're not with Marlon and his boys?
Absolutely
Who
not.
was Marlon?
You don't know who Marlon is?
He was in the. He was part of the podcast, right?
No.
No, he's in it. Yeah, I think he's.
You have not heard this name at all.
Seems like he's an FBI or some other law.
Apparently not. I mean, maybe it ties into what we were hoping to ask you about. We actually were just looking into the strange death of Mr. Jazz.
I don't think his name has been publicly released yet, has it? Jazz?
No.
We're looking into.
She
Yeah.
knows his name.
She knows his name, but his
I mean,
name
she
hasn't.
signed in to the,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what you were trying to avoid.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
and we had seen that you had done a podcast with him very soon, or very recently before his death, and we just stopped by the morgue and also saw that you had signed in there. We were just trying to.
Yeah, I went there asking for him, and they told me they didn't have anyone there by that name. So,
Interesting.
yeah. And I had a picture of his face. They said that wasn't helpful. So,
Was your friend Jazz?
he wasn't really my friend. He seemed like a good person, but he was just someone I talked to for a podcast.
You only really talked to him for this one podcast, not for any other shows?
We've had some slight discussions, but yeah. It was just related to the Dondry shooting.
Why'd you try to go visit him then?
Because what happens to the other witnesses I've talked with?
What?
So you are in contact with some of the witnesses of...
Oh yes, there's been other deaths.
Were you there when it happened?
No. I didn't see what happened or anything like that.
Who are the other deaths? What happened to them?
They're all connected to this Slugs squad and the Dondry shooting.
Really? Mm-hmm. And how did they die?
Annis Walker died May 7th, 2017. She was the special education paraprofessional for LA schools, found dead behind a chain pharmacy less than 2 hours after her husband reported her missing. Left for work that morning, never showed up to school. Death reported as a heroin overdose. Deputies found a needle in her arm and drug paraphernalia in the car's dash compartment. Before earning her degree in 2016, Walker worked as a receptionist for the property manager responsible for renting Claudette Dondry's duplex. William Tavelin died October 1st, 2017. He was a homeless man. He was deposed by the grand jury prosecutor but not called to testify. His history of homelessness and drug arrests were deemed a credibility risk, and he was found dead. He was found dead beneath an overpass, suffocated in his tent after a fentanyl overdose that he supposedly injected into his neck. An autopsy a month later showed many times the dose required to kill a man was injected into him. And he had been a witness. Oh, and then, of course, Elizabeth Ray, LAPD officer from 2015 to 2017. She took a security job after resigning from the LAPD, and she was murdered while working as a night watchman for Kincaid's storage sheds in the City of Industry, California. All of these people knew something related to the shooting. Annis Walker was a secretary at the office. She says police never asked for information before the raid. She said her boss sent in a false lease agreement only after the raid. The manager, her boss, retired to Arizona. He refuses to talk. I began talking to Walker in 2017. The homeless man, William Tavelin, he said that he regularly saw flyers advertising Dondry daycare in the neighborhood, which disputes against the sheriff's department's claim that there was no indication that there were any flyers. He claims he saw LAPD and LASD officers removing these flyers shortly after the gunfire on the morning of June 2nd, 2015. Elizabeth Ray told families of the victims in the Dondry shooting that the LASD and LAPD colluded to cover up their negligence. She feared to go on the record in either case, but offered to help me prep questions for police officers. And Jazz, I'm certain, was the fourth person related to the Dondry case, murdered by the Slugs, as they're called. I was supposed to meet with him the next morning, visit his apartment. He didn't show. I heard rumors of an overdose. The city rushed the grand jury proceedings, suppressed witnesses, and helped Marlon's boys get away with murder. But the evidence was out there. Now the city's on the hook for a lawsuit it can't win. Marlon is saving his benefactors a bill in court and getting some personal revenge in the process.
Why do you think they were there in the first place?
Who was there?
The Slug Squad. I mean, if I'm assuming that law enforcement officials would normally clear all this beforehand, and this mistake wouldn't have been made. Do you think it was simply for a normal drug bust, like they said, or?
And a daycare seems suspicious. It seems like they knew something would be there, that they were looking for something. Or someone.
Possibly.
And do you think Jazz, maybe what happened to him is partially related to him doing a podcast against them?
Probably, yeah.
I understand your cameras.
Yeah.
They're necessary.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried to get you that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Good.
But I'm sure they're just waiting for me to step out of some place where there's no cameras. So, but do you know about the Slug Squad? Is this your first time hearing about them, or?
This is the first time hearing about them.
Are you familiar with the concept of deputy gangs?
Yes.
Okay. It's that. For those that don't know what deputy gangs are, imagine you have a government agency, and within that government agency there is conspiracies of other people. And these conspiracies of other people, they do illegal things while also doing their normal jobs for that government agency, the law enforcement agency. And they aren't supposed to be doing that. They often do a lot of illegal actions, and stuff like that. But deputy gangs, they usually run drugs, they extort people, they kill people, they smuggle in weapons and drugs and all sorts of things. The sheriff's department has a notorious problem with them. Been looking into these people. Marlon seems to be the leader of a deputy gang called the Slugs. He became a deputy in the sheriff's department in June 21st of 2000. Began working in the men's central jail. Sergeant John Marlon, he provided, in August of 2008, he provided alibis for high-profile officers involved in the MCJ riot, and he was rewarded with promotion and transfer to a training unit within the Special Enforcement Bureau, the SCB. From there, he created his own gang, the Slug Squad, or the Slugs. John Marlin then recruits Deputy Anton Gully into the Slugs during a tactical shooting course. Gully quickly becomes the Slugs' primary enforcer. As of late 2018, Gully has received and been acquitted of more Section 1983 complaints, excessive force, than any other deputy at his duty station. Marlin transferred from SEB to a Tactical Narcotics Unit, TNU, a militarized anti-drug task force in 2015, and he seeks to expand the gang's influence and fund operations with direct asset seizure. Marlin's unit executes a warrant on Chavez. The ensuing gunfight leaves Chavez dead and one officer wounded. The crossfire killed Dondry and the two children in the neighboring duplex. The shooting board begins an investigation, but it's my belief that multiple detectives assigned to investigate were members of the Slugs. Unfortunately, all of that is wiped away by our next part of the story. In January of 2017, with the disappearance of Rosario Clements, police worry that the Southside Tiger, who, I don't know if any of you are from LA, but he was a serial killer with at least 4 victims in the last 2 years, has struck again. An LAPD officer running plates spots the car of previous victim Edward Panosian in the backyard garage of 4261 3rd Avenue, a house belonging to a Franklin Dyer. With hostages likely, a warrant and urgent tactical response were prepared. Sheriff Station Southwest was tasked with a tactical response and assigns the Tactical Narcotics Unit. The TNU executes a new and knock warrant on the Dyer residence in the basement. Dyer slits the throat of an unidentified white man. He is shot dead in the act of fatally bludgeoning Rosario Clements, the missing woman. In March 2nd, 2017, a grand jury acquits Marlin and the Slug Squad on all counts related to the 2015 Dondry shooting. I filed a civil case against the city on behalf of the victims' families, and then Jazz publicized the case, enthusiastically fundraising for the families on Twitter and trying the case in the press. On October 2017, William Tavlin is found dead. He was the homeless man. On May 2017, Annis Walker is found dead in the driver's seat of her car. Prosecutors had approached her during the criminal case against the Slugs, but she refused to testify. And then in February in 2018, Elizabeth Reyes is found dead at her night security job, shot 3 times in the head. The killing is assigned to LASD homicide. Ray was an LAPD officer before resigning the previous year. As a rookie, she worked traffic control around the raid that became the Donnery shooting. And now, November 14th, Jazz is dead of an overdose.
They're getting away with murder.
Yep, they are.
Hot damn.
Well, hopefully we can
Kill some cops!
put a stop to that in fairly short order.
Do you have any idea where we might be able to find this Marlin?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly which sheriff station he works at. Are you going to go after him?
I mean, I might want to kill him.
Oh, you're going to kill him?
Maybe.
Are you
Morgan.
saying that?
Morgan,
No,
this
I'm not
is
saying it
like-
out loud. I'm saying it like...
No, you are saying it out loud.
You
Oh,
just
sorry.
said it out loud.
I would just like to know where he's located in case I have some questions for him.
She seemed enthusiastic when you said maybe kill him. So, he's at Triple SW, the sheriff's station southwest.
We're gonna salute him for his service.
Listen, everything you've told me is truly awful, and I know you didn't know Jazz well, but you tried to look into why he died, and I think that's important. If we can do anything to help with Marlin, I will try. And his gang of thugs.
I appreciate it. If there's anything I can do to help you. Yeah, the deputies, they were never charged. They were suspended with pay for less than a month. The thing is, these deputy gangs, I know you've heard of them. I don't know if you know how they really work. There's levels to them as far as what they know of each other. So there's levels where the top people, like Marlin in this case, and probably his gang, his slug squad, the 4 of them, they're the top, and then it goes further down, and it's they know less and less information. They know less and less of who else is in the gang with them.
Right.
Then they kind of recruit like friendlies and stuff like that to kind of help them out in different things. Then they not know the full picture of what's going on.
Sounds like Delta Green.
Yeah, that's the point.
They actually are Delta Green.
Are we a deputy gang?
You guys should just tell. Oh yeah, we know all about that.
Yeah.
Morraine came back and she's just super honest now.
Sounds like us.
That's a little bit of my intelligence. It's just like I just say out loud before I think. Well, thank you for your time, and if we have any questions, can we just find you here?
For now, I may be going back to Texas soon. I don't know if there's any point to being here anymore.
That's probably smart. Better to get away from the danger.
Well, if there's any trouble, you can call us at this number. I give her one of our cell phone numbers.
Okay. Thank you.
When we leave, I want to call Pizzarelli.
Go for Pizzarelli.
It's Morraine. Have you heard of a Detective Marlin?
No.
And I kind of give him some
His
information.
name is Lieutenant Marlin.
Lieutenant Marlin.
No, I haven't heard of him.
I give him the information that this girl told us, this Estevez, and say that this could all be connected. Maybe they are affiliated in some way with the supernatural, and then I tell him about the trank gun.
Okay.
But that this kid was a witness in some way to this crime. He spoke out against the crime, letting people know what happened, and then he died.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you're on the right track. Where are you going to now?
I think we need to look into Marlon,
Okay.
but I'm trying to find out how to do that without having him sick all his wolves on us.
Yeah, I don't know.
We could go back to the whole base operation thing and
Look
do some
some
research.
stuff up.
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
Probably a
We'll
good
probably
idea.
go back to the base that you set up for us and we'll do some research. See what we can find out about them.
Okay. You can also make an intelligence roll.
Okay.
I
I was more asking if they were Delta Green agents.
I'm intelligent.
I doubt they are.
Extremely intelligent.
I got a normal.
Extreme.
So beyond that, there are other locations you could go to. You could go to the scene of the death, for one.
And probably the geolocation of those photos. There was like in the video. Oh, that would be
That's
that
the
was
same
it.
place.
Sorry.
You could go to that place. You could, of course, you could go to the sheriff's station if you wanted to just walk in and, hey.
A no-knock warrant.
We need to talk to you.
No knocks.
We just
I know
have
what
some
Robin
questions.
would do, guys.
We just have some
She'd
questions.
kill them in their sleep.
Yeah. Well,
You need to come outside and talk to us.
Maybe we should call Robin. Call her in.
but that's one option you could go do. There's also they keep mentioning some sort of about the serial killer, the Southside Tiger, and you have his address.
We have his address?
Yeah, she
Oh,
said
yeah.
it.
Because they caught him.
Yeah. You also have the victim's address that just died.
Well, do we want to do some research? I will say I probably have to close out at like 9 because I work tomorrow very,
Okay.
very early.
I would say we go back and maybe do some research. Well, I mean, I think it kind of makes sense to at least go to the victim's address and
Yeah.
see what we can find there. Because I don't know what we'll find on him that we haven't already found on him online. And that might lead us into a couple other directions, like if he felt like someone was after him, or if there's like evidence of whatever substance that caused him to do this, you know?
On that note, I would, just kind of seeing how paranoid the lady was, I would want to start kind of checking, making sure we weren't being followed.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you're paying attention more, you do notice there are a lot of sheriff's department cars everywhere.
Oh boy.
Like
Kinda
following us, or there's just a lot of them?
It doesn't seem like anyone is following you at this point.
Okay.
They're just around for the girl.
That's, yeah.
You guys go to his house?
Yeah.
Okay. You die.
What?
We're dead.
That was a trick. You're dead. Alright, you can head over to the victim's house. How you going?
I checked the front door.
Okay. You just walk up to it, the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. Jazz lived in Leimert Park. It's a historically black and Latino neighborhood in southwest LA. The area was once an epicenter of America's drug war and home to its worst excesses. The door is shut. Let's see here.
Historically, people typically leave doors unlocked.
You can make a lockpick roll or something if you have that. Is that even a skill?
No, I don't see anything. Stealth?
No.
Unarmed combat?
You can do stealth.
Psychotherapy. The door.
I pass.
Mm-hmm. You pass. You can get inside his apartment, his house. 1-bedroom apartment. He has research materials about the Dondry lawsuit in here. He has his original podcast recordings. Really, it's a very normal thing. You find bills in here, including for a cell phone bill or something like that. You could try to call them and try to get records. If you lie and bullshit your way good enough.
When we probably know he hasn't been reported dead, like his name, since he's listed as a John Doe, right? Because I can try to call and just be like, this person is missing.
Do we want to draw attention to that fact?
Or if you could pretend to be him. I lost my phone. Can you help me retrace it?
That's a good idea.
Dude, where's my car?
What do you boys call?
Do you really sound like a jazz?
I can.
We can do that part next time. But you guys keep searching around.
Okay.
A neighbor comes by, says, "Are you here about Jazz? Is he okay? I haven't seen him."
We were just coming to check and see if he was here. We've heard from a few friends of ours that he's been, not around for a bit.
Yeah, he goes out a lot, keeps odd hours. Usually wears headphones.
Yeah.
But
Have you heard anything from him recently? When was the last time you saw him?
a couple days ago. Just
Couple
haven't
days.
seen him. Yeah.
Was he wearing headphones in the video?
Can't remember. Because I can't remember.
Okay.
Does
Seemed
it
like you were
matter?
trying to make them important. I don't know.
It may be, I don't know.
I haven't read that far.
Yeah,
I
we
read
tripped him
it.
up.
Do you know of
It
anybody?
says here he has headphones. I don't know.
Do you know of anybody we could contact that might know where he's at?
No, he kept to himself.
Well, he's lucky to have a neighbor like you that would check on him.
Oh, yeah. And you guys get all you can from her. You're very close to the crime scene itself.
Okay.
What's up, everything?
So he wasn't very far from his own
No.
residence.
Less than 2 blocks from his apartment.
Okay.
Does his apartment look like messed up or anything?
Nope. Perfectly fine.
Hmm.
So you guys head on down to the crime scene, just walking retracing the steps.
Yep.
You guys get down there. The gore's been hosed off the sidewalk and street. You can notice a Sutra sandwiches across the street, and a security camera up there.
Sandwich. Anyone hungry?
They were the original posters of the video on
You
YouTube.
want to grab some food at the Sutra sandwiches? See what they have to say.
They did this.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys go in, get some Sutra sandwiches, food.
Do you eat it?
Alyssa Jackson manages it. The owner of the restaurant lives in Anaheim and stuff. And she greets you. Oh, welcome in. What can I get for you?
A classic.
What do you have?
Like, we
Read
have
me the
classics.
menu.
We have a burger and Coke.
Honestly, I was imagining this as a Middle Eastern restaurant.
It is. We're just trying to cater
Burger.
to you also.
Okay, alright.
You look like that's what you'd want.
Well, don't judge a book by its cover. Do you have any butter chicken? Some nice naan?
Indeed we do.
Oh, let me get you.
Yeah. So what brings you to town?
We actually heard that there was quite a ruckus that happened outside of the restaurant recently.
Yeah.
I guess your food's too spicy. Sorry.
And we were
Too soon. You can't.
Ripped
We-
his
we
face
were
open.
just like
What?
what could you tell us about what happened?
I wasn't there that day.
Oh, was anyone working?
My opener, Hugh's son saw it, and he said there'd been a death overnight. And then I called the sheriff's department about that, and the deputy told me that the event was an overdose and to erase the footage. So I never watched it.
Oh.
That's we have just driving around the area. We're not from here. There seems to be a lot of sheriffs here. That I don't know. That just seems strange. That's not how it works where we're from.
Yeah.
Is this every time we say sheriff?
No. It is based on what you do, but I'm not doing it right after you do the thing, so you don't know exactly what it is. Unless sometimes I am doing it right after the thing.
It's every
What-
time
what
Morgan
sheriff?
asks to re-roll.
No, it'd be so much higher.
I've only asked twice.
It's on 3 o'clock, Morgan. 4 o'clock.
Oh, what sheriff's deputy?
I don't know, I didn't get a name. But, I'll let you guys eat and get back to it. And she lets you go eat, and we'll stop there.
Okay.
And then we'll start next time with you guys can continue retracing the steps on the
Yeah, I'm
street.
just gonna.
What's the player clock for?
The player clock is also at 4 o'clock.
I'm
What is
gonna
it
just
for?
do one thing, and then wait for like 4 hours, and then if that doesn't do anything, I'll do something else.
Am I doing
I'll
something
wait
wrong?
for 4 hours.
Well, as you can see, we're only in slightly darker gray now. Slightly darker gray seems to be only slightly more serious
I
than
feel like
light
I was really
gray.
focused this time. I took a lot of notes.
I don't think the clock is a punishment thing that
It
I
is.
have devised. I think it is something part of the scenario, Morgan.
Nope, it's a punishment. When we get to 12, oh boy.
Deputy gains are real, Morgan.
Huh?
Deputy gains are real.
I mean, they sound real.
They're really, really bad in Los Angeles, obviously, because that's where we are. I've seen some pretty crazy.
You don't have to
Videos
have
of-
any credentials to be a sheriff.
Yeah.
You just get elected.
This is the truth. By definition in the California Penal Code, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has harbored 18 criminal gangs in its ranks since 1980. The count is limited to gangs named in sworn testimony by self-professed members. An accurate count is likely higher. Members have been accused of assassinating journalists, beating political activists, mail bombing informants, and murdering alleged suspects.
Jesus Christ.
Sparked by similar groups in the LAPD, the 1992 Rodney King riots brought more attention than accountability. Scrutiny rarely ended in conviction. Police unions and politicians ensured that every charge spread the corruption. A common deputy career path included an officer-involved shooting followed by paid suspension, trial, acquittal, and transfer to county jail administration with a pay raise. Early deputy gangs such as the Little Devils and Linwood Vikings were white supremacist. Much like the Aryan Nation before them, though, white supremacist deputy gangs lose ideological cohesion. In county jails, cliques and alliances come to include rival ethnicities. They merge into diverse syndicates organized for power and profit. In the men's central jail, deputies have been convicted of drug smuggling, racketeering, rape, assault, and murder. Newer Hispanic gangs, such as the Bandidos and Regulators, stand accused of dozens of homicides in the East LA neighborhoods. They have brawled in the street with black and white deputy gangs over territory. One of the most famous Linwood Vikings was Under Sheriff Paul Tanaka. He sold job placements and gang membership for years, utilizing his position in the department and his elected position as mayor of Gardenia. He was only removed after federal prosecutors proved he illegally imprisoned and hid an FBI informant. As of mid-November 2018, Alex Villanueva, rumored to be part of the executioners, has just been elected sheriff with a campaign promise to eliminate deputy gangs.